Welcome to this Insiders podcast about the art of team building, which is an exciting unscripted recording with Mr. Anthony Thompson and Mr. Steven Anderson. We are about to explore the never-before-revealed simple methods of fast-tracking your success in network marketing. The simple methods in this unscripted recording are going to finally set the table straight on exactly what the top earners in this market do every day, without fail. With all that being said, let's start the show.
High touch. Well, what is high touch? High touch is making the phone call. Hi, how you doing? You know, matter of fact, a lot of times I don't even talk about the business. What I talk about, how are you? What's going on? Everything's okay. And what happens, they'll open up and say, well, you know, things are not that great. I need some extra money. And I said, well, I may have something for you, man. I mean, really, we have an opportunity of making some money together, and that's the difference. The difference is that people don't follow the business; they really follow you. They follow the person, and it deals with trust. You understand? Mm-hmm. And really, that's the key. So for the past couple of weeks, the beauty of it is that I always call people anyway, regardless. I'm always calling people. I'm always saying hi, hello. I mean, it's no different than you, Steve. It's no different that, we've been talking, we at least talk once a month or every other month. We used to do that. So we always stayed friends. Right. So you may not have been interested in the health and wellness. You may not have been interested in the Better Web Builder. You may not have been interested in the Shopping Genie and whatever. See, but the point is that never stopped me from calling you and checking you out and say how you doing, right? Right. So finally, because of that, you had an opportunity and because we were friends, they didn't stop us whether you were doing this or that. We always talk. Mm-hmm. So it deals with building a relationship, right? That's what it is. It does. People follow people that builds relationship. Mm-hmm. It has really nothing to do with, the opportunity. A lot of times people think that, the opportunity is great and it is phenomenal. I mean, it can be the best opportunity in the world, but people don't follow opportunities; they follow people. Yep. Okay, so you have to be consistent and persistent. And so a lot of times, I even talk to the new people that's online. Well, Kevin, how are you able to, sign so many people, or how are you able to recruit? And I said, it's not magic; it's just basic. It's called, Dale Carnegie and these guys always say, how to win friends and influence people. That's really the key. How to win friends and influence people. Napoleon Hill, they teach you how to build relationships. So if you can build a relationship, then most likely you'll build a partnership. The key is that. And so it has to be not just on the internet, social media, because to a certain point, people sign up on the internet and sign up to be in your business, but in a couple of weeks, they jump to something else. Yeah. So even if you sign somebody up, it's no different than for me and Lachey and a few other people. I didn't know Lachey from nowhere. I met her on one of the social medias. I think it was IBO. And all I said was hi. She said hi. And she said she's looking for, networkers or people that can help her in network marketing. I said, great. I said, well, I have a tool that may be interested in helping you build your business. And she said, wow, great. And she signed up. And the next thing you know, when she signed up, I didn't just let it go like that. I could have signed up and not even call her. So what I did was I called her. She had her phone number. I called her and said, hey, my name is Kevin Thompson. If you need anything as far as help with your business, I'm here for you. And the next thing we know, I started showing her the back office of her business, of the business she was in. Because most people, when people sign them up, and this is a problem with most folks, there's a difference between recruiting and sponsoring. Mm-hmm. A sponsor has a responsibility of making sure that he gets as much knowledge of that business than to have no knowledge if you don't tell them. Because a lot of times they'll maybe look at it, but you may have to show them because they never had any network marketing experience. So this the key to the business. The key to the business is not so much recruiting; it's being a good sponsor. Being that big brother or being that teacher, being that master. Because see, if you show somebody how to eat, right? They can definitely live for the rest of their life because they appreciate what you do. But if you're basically not showing them anything, and now they're depending on you on everything, they make a phone call depending on you on everything, but you're not teaching them, then a lot of times you're depending on their success, and that's the worst thing you want. They got to depend on you for success. No, what you want to do is you want to teach them. You want to show them that they can be the master of their own destiny, and that's what I basically do. My key right now is say, hey, let me show you the basics, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you want. You need the basics. Let me show you the basics of the company. Let me show you, because this is what happens. If I show you the basics, right,
Mm-hmm.
then you're going to go ahead and show your person the basics, right? And that person will show that person the basics. And that's how your business becomes where you can stop it from running if you want it to be. And the other thing I tell people to do is that stop looking for the people that are needy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that you're supposed to go out there and look for the greedy, but ain't no wrong with looking for the greedy either, because those are the ones that probably do things, and you ain't got to tell them what to do. They'll go out just to get it done.
You're looking for solid-minded people that are responsible for what they're already doing.
Oh, no question. See, but the other thing too is that you don't stop. You don't stop. You don't be picky.
Mm-hmm.
But what you do is that you talk to everybody, because you never know. You talk to everybody, because you never know their situation.
Mm-hmm.
And I always tell people, because people say no doesn't mean that they're not interested. They may not be ready. Mm-hmm. So come back at them in a couple of weeks. Come back in a couple of months. People that say no to me, we're still friends. I don't stop talking to them because they,
right,
because they're not in my business.
Right.
I continue. And that's what people say. Well, what's the secret? What's the secret? Well, it's not a secret. They're your friends. How to win friends and influence people? They're your friends. Listen, when you're in the network marketing industry, man, the people that you work with, they almost become your family, man.
Yeah, they do.
It becomes your family, because you're more with them than you and anybody else. And so, you got to do that. So it's just like, I got my other friend, Mr. Fred Allen, and a whole bunch of people, man. I never stopped talking to him.
Mm-hmm.
I call them up, wish them a happy birthday, and that's the other thing that people need to do too.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to build a business, man, you gotta happy birthday.
Yeah, just care.
Okay.
Just care. Just care. All you gotta do is care that you would.
Care and share.
Care and share.
Right, that's all it is.
I really believe it's that simple, because just caring, like you said, I mean, and there's so many ways to do that. I mean, by you already using social media, or Facebook, or even Skype, once you start engaging and using those type of platforms to communicate, those platforms already let you know what the person's birthday is, and you're responsible to take a minute. I mean, you don't have to say a lot. You just type in and say happy birthday, and they're like, oh, wow, my buddy said happy birthday to me first, or was right in line to say happy birthday. They really care and love. And when you're having a bad day and maybe you're not having birthday parties thrown for you anymore, these social media outlets and these new network people that you've met, like you said, they warm your heart when they tell you happy birthday on your birthday, and you feel like you have an extended family. So those type of engagements are important. I agree with you totally.
Yeah, I mean, and that's really the key. The key to actually have a huge organization is actually, working together as a team. They said together everyone will achieve more. That is so true. I mean, and to me, this is really a business where I am not upset when you hear a top producer bring in 100,000 or 200,000 people, because he's not just bringing them to his organization. It's our organization, because those people still fall underneath the matrix. This is the first business I love that basically it all deals with the whole entire company, the whole entire team, the whole entire, So when you hear I hear Mr. Chapman, I hear people like that, I hear top leaders, and they're coming in, and they're, Mr. Chapman himself was very apologetic, because he was upset that we didn't help Mr. Chuck Williams get his car bonus this month. And I even apologized, because the truth is that we want him to get that car bonus. The reason why we want him to get that car bonus is because basically if he get it, then we know we're going to get it. Because once he makes that mark, it's almost like that 2 mile, was it the 4 mile was broken? So one person did, all of a sudden now it's no big deal anymore.
Right.
Whereas it's the same thing, because once he make it, then
he set the bar.
Everybody else, right? Because somebody else is gonna probably make it faster. than he did. See, he did it in, he did it in 90 days to 120 days. Well, that's the same thing, but you got to set your mark. See, the thing about us is that sometimes what we do is that we instead of to be above average, all it is basically just doing just 1 to 2 degrees of either reading a book, right? Mm-hmm. That's all it is. Either reading a book, and that's important. The type of books you read. Stay away from all the negativity. That's the other thing that I try to stay away from. And to a certain point, if you can focus, at least, it's not like you need to be working this business 24/7. You don't have to do that. If everybody just did between an hour to 2 hours a day, 2 hours a day. If you was at work, you think about it. If you was at work, you'd be doing 8 hours, right? Mm-hmm. And some people now they're making $50. $50. If I sign somebody up one day, I could make between $50 to $100, mm-hmm. and then that same person will actually help me make $20,000, $30,000. That one person, I can invest in that one person, and that one person can actually find me somebody else that can help me incur well over $1 million. Right? Yep. That's the beauty of this business here, man. You find Mr. Chapman. Mr. Chapman's worth a couple of $1 million because he can bring in an organization. He can bring in an organization that that'll be worth millions. That I'm getting 20%. Right?
Right.
So it's about investing in people, man.
And
invest in people. It's not so much the social media you invest in. Mm. You invest in people, man. Well, and so in order for you to invest in people, yes, you use the tools, you use the social media tools, but that's not it. In order if you look at every top networker in the industry, mm-hmm. he's not just using the internet. He's actually going out and he's doing events. Mm-hmm. He's going out, he's touching people. He's doing events. Every top producer that I know that's in network marketing, mm-hmm. they're going out doing events, right? Mm-hmm. They're going touching the people that they're working with. Hey, let's go to Cleveland, Ohio, and we're going to do an event for you. Mm-hmm. But first it's a show and prove first, right? Mm-hmm. It's not just we just run there and do it, because then we'll be running all over the place. Right. Or, let's go to New York, man. You see that your team is growing. Man, I'm willing to help you. Let's go. I'm going to go to New York. I'm going to fly there on my dime, right? Mm-hmm. To build your business. That's how, that's how these guys, all you got to do is go to Business for Home, and you'll see the top 100 people.
Go where?
Are actually going Business for Home.
Business for
Home.
You'll
see the Business for Home. I sent it to you.
Okay.
The top network marketers, or we can say internet marketers, they still deal with the conventional wisdom of saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to use the social media. I'm going to use the internet, but I still got to be I got to be in front of people's faces. Mm-hmm. It's just the key to it, man. So that's what you got to do. You got to be in people's faces. The reason why Mr. Chuck Williams is think about it. 250 in less than 90 days is not bad. It's almost like creating a church. Mm-hmm. Right. So 250 and then 250, that's 500 people, right? Mm-hmm. That's 500. So really it's more than 500, because you got to have 250 active people. Right. And you have to have 250 because you're going to have, there's some people that's in your organization that's not active. Mm-hmm. So the point is that he has to have 250. So I know for a fact that he got more than 250, in order for him to get 250. But the point is that he's out there. He's at the, he's doing it almost every week. He's traveling from this place to that place to build, and he's building right there in St. Louis.
So what you're saying, and that's not even hard to do, is like you're saying, because the example that you're talking about with Mr. Chuck Williams, Pat's Bar in St. Louis, just by him being a patron and building relationships with the owner of that bar, that owner has a captive audience of people that patronize his bar, and he's saying, hey, I got you in the business. Yes, utilize what you already have as far as your patrons, and say we're going to do an event. And that audience, no matter how small it is, 30, 40 people out of maybe 300 people that actually come to his bar, he's able to get a small targeted audience and introduce them to his business, where I'm quite sure Chuck Williams incited that to happen.
And that's what he started with. He started with a small group of people, And then those small group of people, brought in a small group of people. Now this guy's in maybe about 20 countries right now. So we don't just have people here in the United States. We have people in other countries. And I look at that same thing too. I said, well, okay, how can I get people from other countries? So right now I got a person from the Bahamas. Mm-hmm. I'm looking to see if I can get somebody in England. So I'm working on all that. You know what I mean? Because the truth is that, you know, we can't think small. We got to think big.
Yeah.
And this is bigger. It's bigger than what people think it is. But the last thing I can say to you is this, and that's the reason why we say that people are counting on us right now, especially us. People are counting on us because basically, if we make $30,000 and we got a team of people and they're earning $30,000, then all of a sudden now that myth is gone. All of a sudden now you couldn't stop the money from coming in because basically you say, oh man, you made $30,000 and you did it in 90 days or you did it in 120 days. I mean, what would it take for somebody to make $30,000? And the truth is that the average networker, in order for them to make $30,000, they usually have to have well over between 5,000 to 6,000 or 10,000 to make $30,000 in one freaking month. It's like that. We're talking 500 people to make $30,000.
Yeah,
and you're not doing it by it's not like you're doing it by yourself.
Yeah.
You're dealing with a group of people. That's what makes this thing phenomenal because that's why people understand the binary. The binary is off the chart because right now, if you look at your organization, you got another person just came in, right?
Yeah, I noticed that in my back office.
Yeah, he's like,
and I didn't do anything. That's from you.
What did
that's
you do?
from you and the other part of my people that are in my leg working.
Exactly. And then tomorrow, I got another person. Another person's coming in. So that's what I say. It's crazy because we got another person from Africa coming in. You didn't put those people in.
Right.
You understand?
Well, let me insert something that I think is important for the listeners that are listening to this recorded call, is that I'm recording this right now with a little free program. I'm not using any additional phone usage or expenses, and it's just that simplistic that the tools are already there for us. And you could do the research yourself and anything you want to do, just like recording this call, without spending any additional dollars to make it happen from somebody that's already your upline, your team, and would be more than happy to talk you through because they're building relationships based on just like what Mr. Thompson explained. And let me go a little farther than that and come down to the everyday life. I mean, just yesterday while I was out, I went about my work. I do construction also, and I'm still doing that while I'm building my team. But being out and about, just at Taco Bell, you can see enthusiasm in a person's eye, no matter how young or how old. They have a desire to do more than what they're doing right now, and their customer skills or people skills are still engaged as far as at least being decent when they greet somebody, and that's the eye of the tiger. Still being ambitious and being decent to people because they're building relationships and also looking for opportunity to come their way. And that simplicity, you can see that in certain people. And those certain people, that's a moment for you to say, hey, you doing anything else? Or what do you do? And when they tell you, they're going to tell you and answer you what they do if they're already a people person. And that's an opportunity to say, and then listen and hear what they do and say, well, hey, if they say they don't have anything else going and they're not the ambitious person that's already, involved in a bunch of things, well, hey, I might have something for you. And what's nice about it, I don't have to talk you to death. We're making some really big waves in the opportunity, man. And it's not about juices, vitamins, nutrition, or anything else that you have to show people and have a lot of parties. Check it out. Oh, really? That sounds good. Now, you haven't even told them the body of the information of what you're actually doing, and they're interested. Hey, here's my website. Here's my telephone number. You have any questions? But you really, you don't have to say you really need to check it out. They've already engaged, and you gave them your personal telephone number. They feel like, wait, hey, you're touchable. I can reach you as soon as I check this thing out if I like it. And that new friendship, that new relationship is already taking place. Now all you have to do is nurture it when they decide to come back to you. And that may be the next day, might be next month, or they might hit some hard times or just think, man, I feel that something's ready for me to make a move, and they go find that number and they give you a call, and you're right there to do just what we've been talking about, Mr. Thompson.
See, and that's the thing. The key right now for anything I tell, any networker, the key is the follow up. When you're speaking to somebody and you're telling them that you're gonna call them back, make sure you call them back. Find out whether or not, because this is the thing. They may not like the opportunity, but what you can do is you say, hey, you know what? You may not be interested now, but can I keep you updated on what's going on in the next couple of months? Or because people want to know, you'd be surprised what people want to know. If you can keep somebody updated, whether they're interested or not, they'll say, yeah. Oh yeah, they do. Like, hey, how's the business going? So that's one of the other things that I tell people all the time is that anytime you talk to someone, the key right now, one thing is that if they're willing to give you a phone number, then yeah, definitely take their phone number. That's one. But at the same time, if they're not interested, then find out. You definitely got to find out if they're interested. The other thing that you need to do is that you got to follow up. And most people give out cards, they give out phone numbers, and the person gives their phone number, but they never follow up on that person. Right. So follow up on that person. He may not be interested now, but he may be interested later. He or she may be interested later. But they always like to keep updated on what's going on. You'd be surprised. Yeah. And I've done that many times where basically people say, I'm not interested, and some circumstances come up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like their job. They lost their job, or, they need now some extra money for what's going on, with their family. And the next thing you know, like, hey, man, I'm so happy you called because, man, I was thinking about it, I'm looking for opportunities because I need to make some money for my family. So you'd be surprised. And they will thank you for that. So it's no different. How did I get Mr. Chapman? Even though we're friends, but I always let him know what I'm doing. Hey, bro, what's going on? How's everything with the family? It's great. Listen, man, I need your opinion because I know that you're an expert. And this is the thing, because some of the people that we talk to, they may have experience or expert. They have the expertise. They say, hey, man, I need your expertise on taking a look at this compensation plan. And that's one of the most successful. That's one of the things that I've done that has helped me tremendously in the business. So just remember that, man. Just remember that that is the key. Excuse me for the background.
No problem. But I want to insert, because you said something so important when you talked about the relationship building and the initial contact with the relationship building, where you said instead of just giving, like what I spoke on how I do, is giving the opportunity out with my telephone number and building some excitement without being over the top. You said also, well, if they're not even interested and already are interested, well, hey, what's your number in case you may be interested or not interested? I can keep you up to date, monthly. And I don't know how you particularly form that, but just not, you already let them know I'm not going to start calling you every day, every week, but I can keep you up to date every month. And that lets them know I'm not trying to build a relationship to bombard you. I just drop you a line every month, and that's already letting them know you're not coming at them to try to just constantly stay in their face and over entice them. You're just going to kind of give them an update. So you already broke that of them thinking that you may be trying to, spam them and call them all the time.
Absolutely. Sometimes you got to take it away from somebody, and one of the ways to do it is this. It's not about pushing somebody. I tell a lot of times when people is that they start throwing up, about the opportunity. They're all excited, just throwing up all over the place about this and that. The company does this, the company does that. And really, I'll say it again, over and over again. How to win friends and influence people. Hey, if this is the type of person that you have no problem associating with your family and your friends, then that's what you want. You really want to build a relationship first. It's the relationship that actually gets people in the business. It is the relationship. And a lot of times, it doesn't take long to build a relationship. It really doesn't. Because people don't mind being friends with people that are positive. People don't mind being friends with people that basically are looking to do better, or at the same time, personal development, because that's really the key. The key is that person may even help you personally in your development, or vice versa, and that happens all the time. So I get excited when I'm talking to people, and and this is one of the main keys I tell people: listen to what that person says. He'll tell you everything about him, he or she will almost tell you everything about themselves, and all you got to do is just listen. Listen.
Very true.
Okay, and if you do that, a lot of times you don't have to push anybody. Mm-hmm. You really don't. You don't have to push nobody into the opportunity, but just listen. You know what I mean? So that's really key, and I think that's one of the things that a lot of people try to do right now on the internet is that, the reason why Mike Diller and those guys been successful is because what they did is, okay, you know what? I'm going to give you some free information. I'm going to continue giving you free information, about, how to build your business. And people, and then that's when the trust comes in. Say, oh man, he gave me this and this stuff and this works, So after that, once they started giving them stuff that basically they can buy. Mm-hmm. They had no problem buying because they had given so much $1,000 worth of great information that now they're ready to buy. Well, and basically that's what, that's one of the key things to do. The key thing to do is that, if you're going to go out here, let's help somebody. Right. Let's help the people that are looking, to build it. Matter of fact, most people are scared of network marketing. Mm-hmm. Because what people usually do is they sign them up and they don't do anything. They sign them up, get them in, pay their money, and then they don't help them. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's not about that. And that's why most people, think that a lot of network marketing is scam. But the other thing is that network marketing has produced more millionaires. There's only one business that's produced more millionaires than network marketing, and that's real estate. And now, forget about it. We're surpassing. We're getting ready to surpass that. Mm-hmm. Okay, because more and more people find out that the industry, not just this industry is growing, but the problem is now that economically, there's no such thing as a 30-year job anymore. No. There's no such thing as permanent. All right. And of course, more and more people are working at home. Yeah. More and more people have their home-based business. So this is now it's coming into fruition. Now the other thing is that we're in the industry. The industry that we're in is so phenomenal. We're in the entertainment industry and the advertising industry, and it's actually right now producing more. It's actually going to and this is really scary. TV and we're talking about TV and music combined can't even touch the entertainment industry and the advertising industry anymore. I mean, more and more people, because of the economy, more and more people right now are what are they doing? They're at home, right? Mm-hmm. And they really don't want to go out because the gas is too high, right? So what they do, they entertain themselves at home on games, right? Mm-hmm. On game sites. So I'm sitting there going like, man, this makes sense. I didn't realize how big it was, but it's big. But the point is that we are the frontiers of that business. We are the frontiers because no one's really doing what we're doing, right?
Or at least making an opportunity for anybody to profit off of it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
the corporations
no one's doing what I'm doing as far as what to help people make money.
Right, but the corporations are doing it.
Stupid. Google, AOL, Yahoo, they're doing it already. They know that's where the money's at. Facebook, like you said, Facebook would be Facebook if they didn't have the game site, because everybody always calling me about, hey, Kevin, why don't you join the Hidden Chronicles, or why don't you join the Mafia?
Farmville,
and people are going crazy. They're like, wow. People on Facebook all day long, right? And they ain't on there to make money. They're on there just to play games and gossip. Yeah. Okay. So now if you got the games and the entertainment, I say, hey, okay, now how would you like to have your own game site? So now you get paid like Facebook get paid. How would you like to have your own game site that get paid like Google get paid? So that's the key. So I got to get ready to go, man. I got to go take care of the family for a minute. But
we're coming up on
that was the thing for you, man.
Yeah, we're coming up on close. And I want to say this, Mr. Thompson. I mean, we talk all the time. In fact, this wasn't a scripted recording or called. This is my upline, a phenomenal person, Mr. Kevin Thompson, that this is what he does every day, sharing. This is early in the morning, 8:37. I just woke up. He saw me online on Skype. And we've been talking for 2 years and have never physically met. But thanks to the power of technology, we're like brothers. And he's, like I said, he hasn't pushed any opportunities that he was previously in and still currently in down my throat. It was just the fact that we all had skill sets that we can help one another. I happen to be a little bit of a techie person, and anything I could think of that I could say, hey, Kev, this may help you out. And he got to the point that he realized my knowledge base, that he would come ask me questions. And it wouldn't be anything that took me out of the scope of what I was doing. It was just a resource. And if you don't feel like you have those resources right now, you'll be surprised. And you know this. Anything you can think about, you can Google it and almost get it free. So if you're thinking about building a community or being engaged once you have have somewhat of an audience, a presence on Facebook or whatever, start dropping the little tools of what you were reading on there and have them go get it and at least know how to get to it, because it's not costing you anything, but they start looking at you as a leader overnight and somebody that's actually bringing value to the table, what Mr. Thompson was talking about. And this may be, a couple months down the line, but the first point we want to make in closing is all you have to do is go out there and get engaged. I don't care if you're getting something to eat at a restaurant, and it's so easy to ask a person, what do you do? And one way I do it is, what do you do outside of what you're doing right now to earn money? And if they don't have anything, they're clued in, like, what do you do then? And you don't even have to pretty much tell them what you do. They're going to ask you, well, I do this or do that, and they don't have anything. Well, hey, I might have something for you. Then you have that opportunity to engage and slide them the information with no pressure, and they like that style of not trying to tell them everything right there and then. Go check it out for yourself. If you like it, give me a call. In fact, like what Mr. Thompson said on closing, give me your number and I'll keep you updated. And that's just the way of getting the process started. It's just that simple. And I want to thank you, Mr. Thompson, for being with us on this call today. Well, it's not really a call, it was a pre-scripted. But when we start talking about it, I say, hey, I got to record this so we can all be able to digest this and hear it over again. And I'm quite sure it's a call that you never heard before, because it was just simplistic with somebody really sharing the essence on how they built hundreds of people in other business. And that would be my good friend, my buddy, my compadre, my mentor, Mr. Kevin Thompson. I thank you so much, Mr. Thompson.
No problem, man. Appreciate you. And, hey, we'll talk more.